Hard to think about Christmas after last week. It was just so warm and summery, although today a little more cloudy, headed more into the fall season.
Yeah, so last week was kind of the one last stretch of summer that we had, hot, humid, sunny. This week is almost the opposite, but we're gonna get to hold on to everyone's favorite, the humidity.
Of course.
At least for a little while longer. Later in the week, I've got some good news for you. But right now, the good news is if you like rain, well, we've got plenty of that for today. We've had some bands of rain coming through here earlier thanks to a stalled stationary front right along the coastline. So we're going to see kind of scattered showers throughout the day, and we're not done with the rain yet. We've got some more coming in that's going through southern New Hampshire and Massachusetts at this hour. Will kind of come along the coast over the next couple of hours. Could cause some localized flooding in spots. High temperatures we got to today, nothing like the summery feel we had earlier in this week. Got into the mid 70s, but inland only got into the upper 60s thanks to the clouds and rain that we saw today. But something that does feel like summer, dew points. Dew points in the upper 60s, especially across the coast. The farther you go inland, the more dry it's going to feel, but overall dew points still into the 60s still really feels that kind of sticky air. Now, because we had that stationary front off the coast earlier, another system is going to move in behind us. That's going to not really give us much time for sunshine at the beginning of the week. So we'll see that system move in, and then we'll have a high pressure system behind it, which will give us an indication of where Hurricane Lee is going to go in kind of over the next couple of days as we get into early next week. But before we can get to that, for the rain today, we're going to see the showers continue overnight tonight, especially along the coastline, a little bit drier the further you go inland. And then as we get into Tuesday, it's going to be a drier day than we saw today, but it's still going to be humid, still going to be cloudy, so it's not going to feel really that much better. And then that second system is going to start to move in as we get into the day Wednesday. So we'll start out Wednesday with a couple of scattered showers, but then we're going to move into some heavier rain, especially in the evening and overnight. The good news is that once we get into Thursday, that's when we'll start to see a little bit of a break from the rain. So here is Hurricane Lee, very picturesque hurricane, currently a Category 3, which is forecast to strengthen into a Category 4 before starting to weaken again as it gets into colder water. Now, it's too early to tell exactly where this hurricane is going to make landfall, but we are going to keep an eye on it over the next couple of days. So the impacts that we're looking at here, definite impacts, is going to be high surf and rip currents no matter where the hurricane makes landfall. Rain and wind intensity is going to be extremely dependent on storm location, and the current location of landfall is unknown, but it is trending to our east currently. We'll keep you updated on that over the next couple of days. Out on the water today, marine forecast sees 2 to 4 feet and water at 67. So we're going to start our 7-day forecast with some raindrops, a lot more than we saw last week. And we're going to hold on to that humidity until we get to Wednesday, but once that front moves through, we're really going to get kind of a breath of fresh air. Dew points for Thursday and Friday really drop down into the 40s, so it'll feel really nice. We'll get a little bit of break of sun before we watch where the Hurricane Lee is going to be as we get into the weekend. So Brian and Amanda, we've got a rainy stretch to start, a couple of days in between, and then we're just going to keep an eye on Hurricane Lee over the next couple of days.
Okay, sounds good, Dana. Thank you.